Stage.
You're getting better with your timing.
Getting really good at the timing.
Must be a musician thing.
Yeah, well, it's do practice. Anyway, welcome to Off the Stage. It's the show where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. I'm James Berry, this is Conor Michael, and today we have the fantastic Picnic. The one thing I can't do yet, I can't find where the claps are. Hang on, where's it? There we go. There we go.
I don't know why, but I've got guessed the picnic. I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to call you picnic. That makes sense. First and most important question, what are you drinking?
I've just sang
What were you drinking?
I've got a Caffrey's. I wanted an ABK, but they've run out.
I have orange diluted juice because I'm sober.
Raspberry sour, 6.5%. Just wants to have a car from.
And now I realise I probably should have bought a drink.
You get one of the next bar. Before I let you try that, try mine before I drink it, because I don't want to give you whatever I've got.
Okay, yeah, it's a good point.
So I thought I'd let you have the drink first.
Bit of a sniff.
Oh.
That's like a
Now I have it.
like a pineapple-y. Is it coconuts? Pineapple? I'm just making words up now. It's
So I don't like ciders, but it's a peach melba cider.
peach melba. Peach is what I'm thinking.
It's the best drink I've had in a while.
Wow.
That's quite tasty. What have I got?
Now guess your mystery drink.
See, usually Connor brings us a mystery drink, and I've got to try and guess what it is.
Nice.
Last week I got it spot on. Usually I completely off the mark, just like that one.
They
think
change the
that was
drinks like
pretty
every week.
close.
It's fruity. I could taste fruit. I just
Was
didn't.
it too
Yeah,
far
that
off
was
the
all.
mark?
So what's this? Hang on. It's a stout.
Yes. I could have looked at it and told you that.
It's definitely a stout.
From Head of Steam.
You had this glass last. There's one head of steam glass here. Well, there might be a few actually.
It's got to be a few, because that's 3 in a row now.
Yeah, always got the same head of steam glass. I don't know what this is.
Oh yeah, I've got one too.
Okay, fair enough then.
Mid-deep.
I thought for the last 3 weeks we just had the same glass. Like, oh.
There must be a few then. I don't know what that is. It just tastes of stout. Like I'm not good with the stouts. I usually say is it chocolatey, but most of the time I don't know.
It's not chocolatey.
No, it's not chocolatey at all. This. I don't know. You might as well just tell
It's
us.
called Closing Time. It's a vanilla stout.
Vanilla stout. Oh, right. Well, it's very nice. We should
But
have
it doesn't
try-
taste like vanilla.
Yeah. Well, it just doesn't have to, does it? Really.
It does, that's what it is.
The most
Really.
prominent stout I've ever tasted was a peanut butter stout.
Ooh.
Because that just tasted of peanut butter.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
But that's quite like
Snickers
peanut
bar.
buttery is quite like a stout.
Strong
You can
taste. Yeah.
it's got quite like a distinct taste, hasn't it? So anyway,
That was the first section done.
yeah.
So, more importantly, guys, who are you? The Picnic.
The thing.
So, Picnic, who are you guys?
What, like individually?
Yeah. So we'll go around the table just saying who you
Who
are,
are
what
you,
you
what you
play.
do.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Can I start with you?
Yeah, no, I'm Callum, I'm the bass player. I'm one of the, as I say, originals, but
Founding members.
I was going to say we all are really, apart from Chris
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
True.
Eddie, I play guitar. I'm also one of the
You can all do that.
Yeah.
I'm Robin and I am the singer. And I'm a founding member.
Oh, doing the Mount Rushmore.
I'm a drummer, also original member. And I'm Chris, and I play sax and a bit of keys, and I'm not an original member.
Sax and keys.
Yeah.
That's,
So, did you see how good the band was and went, I want a piece of this cake, and just went, I'm jumping on, or was there already somebody that did that position that you took over?
I think, because I know Matty from school, and I remember you wanted to put, there was an EP back in the day, it was like Nothing to Write Home About.
Yeah.
And you wanted sax in it, and I think it just first started off as like a bit of session work where it's like, oh, can you put a solo on this? And I went, yeah, and then it became like a thing, oh, well, we've got this material with sax in, like, should we start like gigging with a sax player? And then that's when I joined. I think I was in 2017. So
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So it was
yeah,
only
that's been a while.
It's been a while.
2 years after we actually had our first
Feels
gig.
like an original.
Oh no,
member.
our first gig was 2016, wasn't it?
16.
So it must be 2018 then.
No, it was
No, it was
2017 because it was you came in for the Dave Stewart gig.
That's almost founding member. To be
Pretty
fair.
much.
Yeah. So
Pretty
I'll
much.
give you it.
The olden days.
Close enough. Yeah.
So what kind of genre would the band be described as?
The age-old question.
We've been through everything really, but it's sort of like pop music is probably the main umbrella that it comes under, where it's like funky.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's funky. You've
Funky.
definitely got a bit of funk in there.
Yeah, sort of just upbeat. The whole point was just stuff that people could dance to and sing along to and stuff like that. So
It's the ghost.
Hello.
Excuse me, sorry.
yeah, it was the ghost of genres past.
She's called Mary.
Yeah, so that kind of just funky pop sort of stuff. Like we've had all
Catchy.
sorts in bios that's just absolute total.
Waffle.
So it's
Yeah.
always hard to kind of describe who you are.
We're just so unique, you know. You can't put a label on.
Yeah.
We just don't fit in any box, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird, I mean, like in terms of harmony as well, there's like nuances of jazz, and you know, like I think that's why it is hard to kind of put your finger on it.
We just
Yeah.
call it pop these
Just
days.
pop. It's just pop.
Pop band.
Yeah, it's the best way to
Yeah.
describe it. Just
Yeah.
pop. Well, I would say pop funk, but
Yeah,
like
I think that's probably
yeah,
close
that's
enough.
Punk.
We've got pop punk.
Yeah, just
Pop punk sash.
Yeah.
Just put them together. Yeah.
punk.
Yeah. Or fop.
fop,
Pop, yeah.
fop music.
There's a new genre.
Pop
there.
music, yeah.
Yeah, so you were saying you formed, was it 2017?
I
Well,
think we
with
formed in 20.
2015.
So I'd be a founding member if that was the case.
Yeah.
Where was your first show? What was the first thing you guys did?
Pop Rex was the
The old, not the OG Pop Rex, the
second.
second Pop Rex, the one next to the bunker when it was there.
Oh yeah.
We supported a band called Life. Like
Who are a punk
Who are a
band.
punk
They
band.
are a punk band.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, we just went down and asked Michael for any gig,
Can we have a gig, please?
really, and that was the next one he had, and it was like, you can do that one. Never listened to us because we hadn't released anything or gigged before,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Obviously, it didn't make any sense at all.
it was a bit of a clash, but it was good and it was like a fun one.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Pop Rex, that's like a Sunderland success story.
Oh yeah,
Like
100%.
from what
The
they went, there was like basically an abandoned shop, which is what it was, wasn't it? And then you had like a nice little cozy cafe place, so like a full on cool venue now.
Whole
It's
venue.
really
yeah,
big.
And like the actual like cafe restaurant bit now is like unreal.
Oh,
as
the
well,
food's
isn't it?
really
So
good, yeah.
You know what? I've
Yeah.
never been in for like the restaurant.
They do
God,
all
Midnight
sorts.
Pizza Crew.
Oof,
Yeah,
10
Midnight
out of
Pizza
10.
Cruise there. It's good, really good.
Yeah, it's a nice little size as well, especially for like smaller bands and stuff. Because the one thing I hate doing is like, well, I wouldn't sell too many tickets anyway, but like but getting bands who are not big enough to play the big venues, but they try and play them anyway, and the atmosphere is just a little bit.
That's a bit I mean, it's a lot bigger now than
It is
what it
bigger,
originally
yeah.
was. Like the new room is probably like triple the size of the
So, like,
original Pop Rex.
400.
No, I don't think it's that bad. It's like 200 cap or something, but still, still, we don't even exaggerate. It's about 200 cap, I think, but like still, it is a good size, and yeah, just one of my favourite venues, probably.
Yeah. So I'm not from Sunderland, and I'm sure I've heard of like 7 different Pop Rex venues. What's the crack with it? There used to be this cafe or something, wasn't
So it started off. It was called Pop Rex. It was started off like a pop up shop. So they only had like a year's lease or something on it, didn't they?
yeah.
Something,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they had that lease extended, and then obviously people really liked it. So when that lease went up, I can't remember if they were decided to move or they had no choice but to move.
Can't remember.
I think they weren't allowed to stay because it was a record shop, and like in the original place, that's where they had like
Yeah.
the free gigs where they had the vaccines and
Yeah.
Franz Ferdinand and all that sort of stuff on. And then they moved on to Stockton Road.
Just quite small, to be honest.
Yeah,
Really small.
yeah, that's Otto now. Otto.
Yeah,
Coffee shop.
I drove past it the other day. It's like, oh, it's a bit of a shame. but-
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure it's a
think
nice
it's
place.
there
It's
as
really
well.
nice. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
So I'm sure I played a small cafe thing years ago, and then when you did a gig end of last year, was it a Pop Rex venue as well?
That was
threw me right
that
off. I was like,
the
this is not the same place. It was like this bigger music venue, and I was like,
I felt king of the world on that stage. Like.
good size, good little venue that. Yeah. So, what would you say your ambitions as a band would be?
I think
What
it's
do you
definitely
guys want to do?
it's changed over the years, and now we're kind of like content with doing what we want to do. Like for a long time, it was very much like, well, what would like festival bookers like to hear, or what would our audience like to hear? Which obviously we still take into consideration. We want people to like what we put out, but like now we're like very much writing for us, and that comes with just like existing for us as well. Like we are still we've been a band for a really long time, and like we wouldn't still be a band if we didn't just like love each other's company and stuff. So like now we're just, our ambitions are to like just keep going and having fun and like releasing music that we really love, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably.
We don't have an audience.
Stupid.
No, we have a very
Just what you
small.
wanna hear.
We do. We have a small audience of people that really love it, and like obviously we're really really grateful for all of that. But like I feel like once it stops being fun and like stops being something that like serves us, then there will be no point in doing it anymore. So like we just still love playing together and like writing together and stuff.
It's good. It's half the battle, like finding. I mean, you think like how hard it is to join a band. First of all, you've got to find all the members, and you've like individual instruments that have spent time kind of like crafting, and you've got to actually try and like people as well.
Exactly.
You've got to
There's so much more to it than like you realise at the beginning. Like when we set out, we didn't think like, oh well, like 8 years later we'll still be going, or we didn't have anything like that in mind. It was like we'll just write some songs, play a couple of shows, and like now all this time later we're still playing together, and it is because we are just like best mates. Like that's
it's
the top and bottom of it really, and we just like the songs that we write together and like the vibe that we have and stuff. So that the ambition first and foremost is to like just like have fun and like spend time with our friends and stuff, you know what I mean? And then like the shows that we play and the music that we release is like a bonus and like almost not secondary, but it's kind of just like the benefit of that relationship. I think.
Yeah, that's the way. That's why you need to do it, because if you're in the wrong game if you're doing it for the money. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we make loads of money.
We're actually really rich.
That's probably the second thing.
Every time I look up at you, I get blinded by that light behind your head.
Yeah, it's really bright.
So no one can see this
But
if
like
they're
a
watching the
halo
visual.
behind
I was going to
you.
say, you look like
I do apologise. That's kind of why I like to sit here, to be honest.
you've got a god complex.
But it's like a halo, isn't it?
Yeah.
So every time I look up, I just see that beaming out the back of your head.
Honestly though, like if you don't have these kind of lights, it really does show. Like because the camera that I use, it's a really good camera. It's a GH5, but it's what's called a micro four thirds, so it doesn't bring in that much light, so you need to kind of overcompensate by like literally blinding people just
Bringing the sun into the room.
Because I mean I've learned my lesson, because there was one episode. Which episode was it again? It was like the 6th one or something, wasn't it? Or the 7th?
I think so. We had 2nd and nothing on.
But I didn't have any lights at all.
And it got darker.
And it started because we started in the summer where you had the light coming through the window naturally. We're in that room there.
Just before you think, what fucking window?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, this is that. But I got to the point where it started getting later in the year and it got dark. And we're like, oh shit. So we're literally just talking like this, but in pitch black.
Oh god.
Got the phone lights out occasionally.
Yeah.
So, and it looked like an interrogation. So, what's your favourite song that you guys have done? It's like, but going back, you guys, you said your first gig was a support slot. How many support slots would you say you've done?
Christ.
At least 3.
Me, I'd say like the majority.
Yeah.
Definitely a majority of shows.
Because of all the organising that has to go into a headline show.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
We just
Maybe
can't
it's not
stop.
necessarily easy, but I think like you've got to kind of plan for a lot more, and you've got to. There's a lot more. To
It's certainly less pressure, isn't it?
Yeah,
being a support
definitely.
act?
Yeah, so I don't know how many shows we've played.
Yeah, and so we went through people who did quite a lot. The last couple of years, obviously, it's all slowed down. Like since 2020, like going into 2020, we've had a lot of gigs, and then since then we might have done about 10
If
around
that.
that.
since then in the past like three years, which sounds mad, but that's
I remember seeing the first time I saw you. What year was it? It was one of Frankie's gigs at Chesterley Street.
Yeah.
was-
The outdoor festival thing.
Yeah.
It was in like a tent.
The Riverside.
That was
I
fun,
played just
yeah.
before you got on.
oh right.
Right.
Baker played drums for that. You weren't there.
No, I was on
I was going to say the drum was really good.
So 2 questions that'll be slightly similar but different questions. Which of them support gigs would you say was your favourite?
Ooh. We supported Daniel Wakeford.
Oh, that was a mad one.
was an
Yeah,
experience.
that was a class.
From
which gig's your favourite? And the next question will be which headline was your favourite?
All right.
What's everyone? Has anyone else got a support?
I'd say probably Fickle Friends is the one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that was up there.
Yeah, we did Fickle Friends at Northumbria Uni. I think it was sold out.
Yeah, that was
And
huge.
it was like it was that kind of crowd where it was like loads of like 14-year-olds who like
Just dead
absolutely
keen.
loved it. Like
Yeah.
got down dead early.
Yeah.
There was like a queue outside and stuff before we played, and like obviously not for us, but like they were like there was a lot of people in the room for us playing, and that was like none of us had ever played a show like that before.
No, there's
So
a lot
that
of people
was-
now who follow us still because of
that show,
because of
yeah.
that gig. That
But I
was the
agree
first
with
time.
the Daniel Wickford one.
Daniel Wakefield was fun.
Yeah,
I think in terms of people following us, the Daniel Wickford one was the most lucrative.
probably.
Yeah.
I think we came off after the set just like, oh, follow Picnic, and there's probably about like 20 new followers.
Yeah, immediately.
Like just like immediately. So.
Yeah, that was a really fun one.
It just shows it works, so doesn't it? Like,
It's the only way, really.
Yeah.
Like unless you're constantly churning out content, like playing live is like the one thing that's gonna get people to know who you are and like remember your name, and that's the only way to do it.
Because I see most musicians now, like, and it's I don't blame anyone for doing it, because it's the way, like TikTok and stuff like that. It's like nobody actually releases, like, does music content anymore. That they just do stupid memes and like trends and. I mean, I do it as well, but just like,
No, you said it now, mate.
It's like the whole model's built around constantly churning out content, and I feel like, for our most recent release, we kind of churned out a lot of terrible content.
On
Well,
purpose,
well,
like,
the sake
of
intentionally.
doing
You know, you've
content,
got-
because that's how you get.
do you know
kind of
why
into
though? It's because you've got a pander to spoiled brats who, if you don't engage them within 3 seconds, they're like, nah,
I
didn't
am
care.
that spoiled brat. I
Well,
won't lie.
but the thing is, it's
terrible on TikTok. If you don't get my attention in 2
well, that's
seconds,
it. That's the
I'm
thing.
But
I don't mean to call you a
it's
spoiled
human
brat,
nature.
because I'm exactly the same. But it's just it's the way that's engineered.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a shame really, because I remember, like, I used to love flipping and listening to albums that have like 10-minute introductions and stuff like that. There's no way you could
No.
get away with that
no
anymore, you
chance,
know.
no.
That's just me being old and
I think just the attention span of everyone's just going down.
Yeah, it is,
Like songs are getting shorter. Like kind of what they do, it's like kind of the average attention span of the brain is like 20 seconds. So like we were saying about the TikToks, if you're not interested, like immediately, like,
It's within seconds for me. Like, if I'm not interested in
yeah.
seconds,
I think there's
just go away.
different platforms for it, because I've seen on YouTube
Yeah, that's
long
different.
form content on YouTube now is like much bigger. They still have YouTube
Yeah.
shorts, but like I've seen videos are getting bigger and bigger productions of like
Like an
30,
hour
40.
long.
It's just one
Yeah.
way or another.
Yeah,
When it's,
Yeah.
that's the thing, when it's so easy and you've got so much to choose from. It's just, why wouldn't you? Just,
Exactly, that's it.
just like, anyway.
So many people are doing so much stuff. There's not enough time to listen to all of the stuff.
And they say as well, you got to post 4 times a day.
No
every day. It's
way.
like flipping heck.
Never gonna happen, is it?
No.
Never. What's your favourite headline gig that we did then? I can't remember.
Headline show.
Probably the one before COVID.
Riverside one, yeah, the
Yeah.
super spreader
That
event
was
that we
really
did.
good.
So yeah, no, it was. It was really bad. Yeah, we didn't realise that like it was when COVID had just sort of been.
About 2 weeks before lockdown.
It was, it was like the week before.
No, it was
I
the
think.
week before. We did the last weekend before lockdown because we
Yeah.
had loads of
That was
people.
it.
We
Yeah,
sold it
yeah.
out Riverside, and
The
then we
show
had
was on a
loads of
Friday,
people.
and then we got locked down like the following Friday. I think it
Yeah,
was.
we had loads of people texting on the day saying like, "Oh, this COVID thing that seems a bit dodgy. Like, I'm not going to come to the gig," and we were like,
Man,
"It's
Don't
now.
be
It's
daft.
absolutely sound like it'll
it's
be
just a
gone.
cold.
It'll be gone." So
Gone in a couple of weeks. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
not
what we all thought, isn't it?
yeah, but that was still a good gig,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
mint because it was like our like last hurrah before not seeing anyone for.
Months,
Yeah,
like literally
like,
months.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen some people.
I know, yeah. It was good. Like I remember during lockdown, like that show, like felt really important to me for me, not going crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad that we had that one last show before that all happened, because even though it was still really like tough to get through, knowing that like we had this little community of people was like really cool, and like it definitely helped me get through it. Like to look at like the photos and the videos and like just all that stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely, I would say that was my favourite.
Yeah, it was a good one. We had like we put a lot of effort into that one as well.
Yeah.
We like for the headline show. So that one we did like
the t-shirt can.
we had t-shirt cannons, we had like confetti cannons, we had party bags. I did a DJ
Cakes.
set afterwards. We had we had picnic cakes. We did. We had a banner like a big.
Big piece of artwork.
Piece of artwork made for it
Mural.
specifically, which I think is still in Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put loads of effort into it, so that was like, regardless of the context around it, that probably would have been our favourite one anyway. I think it was really good.
Yeah, we did a good one back in, I think it might have been 2018 as well, at Think Tank. And that was a good one.
Yeah,
for
that
Girls'
was one,
Night,
the
wasn't
Girls'
it?
Night.
Yeah,
was
Girls'
good.
Night, we
That
did
was
one.
good.
That was a good one as well.
Yeah.
That was like well supported, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think I would say there's been one that I haven't like loved, like, because
Yeah.
that's what we do, that's what we love doing the most is playing.
You always
live.
look like you have a good time.
We
on
have the
stage,
best
like,
time,
yeah.
honestly, like the absolute best time. So that's I don't think I'd say that there's any that I would
No, I've not
say
found
were.
one.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Like
no,
any
no.
of our shows in general, like that's just what we.
Even like from our first headline was at Pop. What was it?
Hall.
Pop Hall on the top
Yeah, it was
floor,
fun.
which wasn't a venue. We got a PA from the college
Mm-hmm.
that we borrowed. Lad I knew from college did sound.
It was probably
Didn't have a
sounded
stage.
terrible.
It would have sounded awful. We had like a load of people there. We printed our own tickets, made our own merch. You and Olive made printed T-shirts and stuff. And even that was a really good one and a good memory that I look back on. And it was mental. Loads of people there. Charlotte from Geordie Shore was there.
She was so crazy.
Yeah.
Gave her a t-shirt.
Give her a T-shirt. She definitely chucked straight in the bin.
Big fan. What you know?
Put it on now.
Mint. Well, we'll call that part 1.
Yeah.
So that you can get yourself a drink, so you don't feel too left
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I feel sorry. I was thinking, we should.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. And we'll come back to like crazy gig stories in part 2.
Crazy gig stories.
Crazy gig
We
stories.
know the one that we're gonna.
Hang on.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Well,
Well, we've got a few.
we'll see you in part 2.
That's a pint getting poured by.
Yeah.
Are you gonna edit?
Here we go. We're back, baby! And welcome back to side 2. During the break, I found this crisp in my pocket.
Guess the flavour.
I thought we were going to guess the flavour, but then I realised I might have to actually eat it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do we all get a lick?
No.
If you want, so
You have to eat it.
Salt and vinegar McCoy.
does anybody want to guess the
Cheese and
flavour?
onion.
It's ready salted.
It's ready salted cheese. It's definitely not ready salted. I can tell you that. I never have ready
Why
salted.
not?
Oh, why not?
Campbell.
Because it's like there's so much. There's such a vast oasis of
ready
flavours
salted.
out
I agree with
there.
that. I'm going to go for flame grilled steak.
Oh,
I think you've done it.
that's not a McCoy's, that's a Seabrooks, I think.
No,
It could be a Walker's
It's a
Max.
brown.
Looks
brown
bigger
pack.
than a Seabrook, is that?
I don't actually know what crisp it is because I can't remember how long this has been.
Discontinued.
It's not got mould on it. So.
No, it's all right. I think it's edible.
It looks ready salted, but you strike me as a salt and vinegar kind of guy.
Yeah, I agree.
I am a salt and vinegar kind of guy, but I don't know if this is salt and vinegar or not because I'm
Cheese and
also
onion.
I like my Thai sweet chili.
Oh, yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
definitely
look
not.
orange
That's
on the
just
float.
it.
It
It's
doesn't
got
look
green
green.
bits on it,
Yeah.
It
But the
doesn't look like it's got
paprika
proper
ones
flavour.
are. The paprika ones are rich as well.
Okay, so do I dare eat this?
And after this, you have to tell us how long it's been in your pocket for.
Ah, it's
Oh, it's like soft.
Like steel.
Soft flavour.
It is salt and vinegar.
Ah.
I was going to eat the whole of that, but I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put that back in my pocket. For
The next podcast.
for dinner time.
Isn't this the best podcast you've So yeah, part 2, we normally get craziest stories for gigs and stuff. Do you guys have any crazy stories you want to explain?
Pretty crazy people.
No,
What a crazy van.
we have quite a few, to be fair, I think.
I don't know,
Do we? I was
I
struggling
would
with
say
the van.
crazy is the right word for it though.
Get searching.
Yeah, let's have a look.
We've got the bingo one
Yeah.
where we did.
Not crazy, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it was kind of,
Yeah, it's a bit more tragic than crazy,
we
really.
played a Christmas gig with a band called Dennis at. Was it
They were a
Easy-
great band, by the way.
Hetton Social Club, yeah.
Work.
Great
Oh, I
venue.
love social clubs. They're
Yeah.
brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, and we had to learn a Christmas cover for it, and we got told to get up and start playing. Chris did a big sax intro.
It's the
It
best
was,
solo.
like,
It's the best
lovely.
solo I've ever played.
Yeah,
Really
really nice
ambient.
Christmassy solo.
Tasteful.
Halfway
Yeah.
through, some bloke comes on and goes, whoa, 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 stop. The bingo's starting. So we all had to just like, so we're like, oh, well, we're meant to be playing. He was like, no, bingo starts.
Everyone
Yeah.
was glaring. They were furious. They were literally like.
We just had to stand there.
Yeah,
as
we
they
we
did
just
it.
had to stand on stage
Itches and all.
while they called all the bingo. We
Yes.
were crying with laughter. And my mum and dad had come because they don't live that far away. So my mum and dad were sitting like, what on earth is going on? We'd already started. We were all on stage, all ready to go. And also the basically every week the same people buy tickets to go to their social club, like every Saturday or whatever. And so like the people who were there weren't really like there because they wanted to go at the gig, they were there because they wanted to go at the social club.
Yeah.
So it's just full of like loads of old people who like really did not care for us.
Yeah, you play your
Did
heart
not-
out, and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
they just
They were just like
arms crossed sitting there.
I remember when
Love it.
I showed up for that gig and everyone else was already there and upstairs, and I came in and I was like, oh, I'm playing tonight, and they were like, you're not the turn, and I was like, yeah, I am. I was like, I am the turn actually.
Tone.
Yeah.
You're the tone.
Exactly. And then we had to stand on stage while they called the bingo. So that
And
was
some bloke came up after and said,
Led Zeppelin was his.
yeah, you know Led Zeppelin. But you'll get there if you keep trying.
Did not get Led Zeppelin fears
That
yet.
was it.
That was it. We had Danny, who was the guitarist, who's not in the band anymore. He was fuming. It took him about 2 weeks to calm down from that.
he was livid.
Like absolutely livid.
There was that one. I mean, we've played for Prince Will and Kate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that when they went to the fire station?
Yeah.
I was there, waving the flag and stuff like that. I was given a flag and I was like, yeah.
Let's wave it.
I'm not like a monarchist or anything. But
Oh, we all are. No, we're not.
No, we're not. No, we're really not. The thing with that was that we were like booked for it on the premise of like we literally can't tell you who these guests are. Like it's such a big deal that like not even you can know, because if you leak it to the press, then it's like a huge thing. We were like, who the fuck are we playing for? Like, what is going on? And then we found out like literally when everyone found out, which was like 2 days before or
Yeah,
something.
it was in the paper. We found out that
Yeah,
that's
like
who we
it
were
was
playing for.
it was released like officially, and we found out, and we were obviously already booked onto it, and yeah, none of us are particularly royalists or
That's
anything.
cool
But we
as
just
hell,
had
It was weird.
just did
That was
it.
really
Strange
weird.
It was
day,
odd.
like,
Yeah, it was a strange
Yeah.
day.
very
What
odd.
else have we got? We did the Stockton Christmas lights switch on, which is terrible.
you just have to say Stockton and then.
Yeah.
To be fair, Stockton's got a good scene, like
You know,
for,
yeah, you
for
know,
music
like,
and
it's
Not
stuff.
when it
Venues
was
and
not when
stuff.
it was raining sideways though.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
And we had like a 10-minute walk to where we needed to be.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
and we had to
tragic.
do like interval music, so there was like a cabaret act on, and they just said like
Play music.
Picnic will do background music to accompany.
Yeah,
They didn't tell
that's-
us what that was.
Yeah.
It was vague. Yeah.
Some at one point the bloke just turned around and told Matty to play a jungle beat,
Jungle drums.
Jungle voodoo.
jungle
That was
voodoo
it.
drums.
That's it,
Yeah. So
Like,
We smashed it.
we
didn't
did,
we?
yeah,
Oh,
smashed it. That was a weird one. I think like from ones that we can tell,
yeah, the rest
that
of
was it. All
best.
other than all the cocaine fueled like, really bad ones. And
We don't remember those.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
that was it. I think.
Have I ever told you that I played piano for Prince Edward?
Yeah.
Yeah, did I? Which is when he said the royal family thing. No, it's
Go on,
Prince
Edward.
basically, like, long story. So Prince Edward, I've already mentioned on the podcast.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Prince Edward came to my school, and because like our school was full of like naughty kids, I was like a really golden child. Like never got wrong, never got detention. I was into music, but can you play keyboard? No, well you can today. Like, because you I was like, all right then. Well, the Prince might ask, because we're getting a visit to the Prince. The Prince might ask you to play something, so just practice a little stuff, you know. So I did a little, like, it was basically just like knocking on his heaven door, you know, ding 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 ding. It's just very easy. But then I got bored of that, and I started just, you know, the keyboards in school with the drum beats. Like, I didn't. I mean, that's the drum bit was like, yeah, song 2 kind of thing, you know. But then the guy, the teacher came and was like, yeah, what stuff you played before? Just play that. If Prince Edward, just play that, you know. And Prince Edward did. He was like, oh, what's this you doing? Oh yeah, you know, I'm a whiz on the keyboard and all that stuff, you know. It's good. Play that thing you played before. So instead of playing the little concerto thingy, I played that. I was just looking at him, just like. He just like, he had this look on his face, going, "Where the fuck am I?" These fucking northerners. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I got a certificate and everything. For
Well,
that.
there you go.
Anyway.
Worth it.
Reminds us of the video, you know, when the Queen stood there and there's like a kid on like a little skateboard and she's going like, just like rolling around, and the Queen just like there, like,
No, I don't. I haven't
me
seen
for,
that video.
zoomed right in on her face, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Same school.
Yeah, exactly. Same day.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't surprise it, to be fair. Like.
we got our first gig story. Well, second, we had a Crazy Fingers sent one, didn't we?
Yeah, okay, go on then.
I think this one is based on the weekend when Man U won the Carabao Cup. Because from @wrongsince_81. Who's that? Come on, the tag rings a bell.
You know what I'm like with names? Come on.
Nathan.
He's called Nathan, right?
It's a throwback to when we had a guy called Anthony and James called him Nathan. Yeah. So this morning, that question you asked weeks ago about the worst / strangest gigs. New entry from last night, probably a common one, but the venue had music on and the football on silent. Man United had to be them after the weekend of the gigs, right? 4 or 5 lads watching it. They scored halfway through my second song. The fellas all jumped, whooping and cheering at the TV silent. I stopped, congratulated them, and dedicated Dirty Old Town to them, as it's about Manchester, I think. Either that, or I'm lucky not to have been chinned.
So basically, he started singing "Dirty Old Town" to a bunch of Man U fans. I mean, to be fair, like Man U supporters, they're not from Manchester, so I think they get away with that. That song, fun fact, is actually about Salford, which is funny enough where I was born. Ewan McCall was born and bred in Manchester. He pretended he was Scottish. He wasn't, and then that song became like a traditional Irish song.
Oh,
which is a bit like it's just like I don't know. I'd love to know if anyone knew that, like, why that became like a traditional Irish song sung by a Mancunian who thought he was Scottish.
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah. If anybody knows the answer to that, actually, I'd love to hear it. Never actually googled that before.
Yeah, I think. By the time we got to read this out, Man United aren't having the best time.
No, that would have been a different story if he was singing "Dirty Old Town" when they just.
You would have got chinned last night.
Yeah. So County Stars look either one when you played that time.
But yeah, if anybody has any gig stories, crazy, your best ones, strangest, let us know. We normally do a thing called Just Ask James, which is where James goes on Reddit and he gets like loads of questions from musicians. And it's kind of like
dilemmas, basically. People wanting to know what your advice would be in this certain situation.
Like, I'm 12 years old. Am I too old to make it in the music industry? Kind of stuff, you know.
Hell of a bait for a 12-year-old.
Well, I've got a good one here actually. I thought just as we're kind of linking into the first set about bandmates and being good friends and doing it because you love it. This one, unfortunately, it's user deleted, so he's deleted his account. But the question's still there, and it is how do I find bandmates?
Oh,
God. Yeah, so
kind of fun.
I mean, listen. To be fair, right?
Grindr.
So it starts off. I suck at instruments. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Well, there you have it. That's your answer.
Don't.
Stop. Anyway.
That's probably why I deleted
Next one.
Yes, that's why I deleted it. Anyway, so I'll carry on anyway. I have ideas for what the instruments are doing, what notes I want, and where I want them. I'm assuming this is talking about like he's written a song and he's got an idea about. So, but I have zero actual output skill. So he has ideas for songs. I'm assuming I'm just putting two and two together. I'm assuming he's got ideas for songs, and he wants to find people who can play them. But I'll carry on. My solution is bandmates. Yes, I may have to sacrifice full creative control on a song, but it's a worthy sacrifice for the song to actually exist and not be a thought. But I have zero clue how to find them. I like to write, and even though I'm a shoddy singer, I like to sing my songs regardless, so I can offer that up. I would also be nice. It would also be nice just to have people who I can bounce ideas off. Yeah, makes sense. Only problem is I live rural and there's only one music place around my area. It's for children's school. Fucking hell, yeah, don't be going there. especially if you sing pop punk. Fucking hell. That does side lessons for adults occasionally. So I'm kind of lost in how I actually find bandmates, let alone bandmates who like the same styles as I do. Grunge, dark pop, whatever the fuck 4am Breakfast Club by Fern is categorised as / Pume Blue. I don't know who the fuck they are. So how do I do it? So what advice would you give to a guy who has no idea how to play musical instruments but wants bandmates in a rural area?
It's funny that like he's posted that on the internet, like out to the internet, but like he's just posted that on Reddit, like.
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's like literally sites for that.
Well, there's so many people.
Yeah, it's also signposting though, so it's a struggle if you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Because we kind of take it for granted because of how
it was easy for
like the network, and we know a lot of people who are musicians, so it's easy for us to find it because we know where to look.
Yeah.
But
I suppose if you're a rural person, then your asset is the internet. That's what you've got to use.
That's what the internet's for. It's like when I think of internet members who form together, I always think of Brockhampton because they always met on a Kanye West forum, and they were on totally different ends of America.
That's like there's a band called Meet Me at the Altar, like a pop punk band in America, and they all met on the internet too.
Superorganism as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they lived around the world.
Because that's the thing. It's like it's such a large place, America, but then. I mean, they ended up like moving in together and doing that. Obviously, that's a very extreme case.
Yeah.
But like the internet is there. Like you underestimate how many people just play music just for themselves, and it's really easy to sort of throw stuff out there because typically, at least from my experience, most musicians are nice.
Yeah.
So they're more than happy to sort of just collaborate. Maybe if it's not even a full-time sort of band basis, if you have ideas and you put them out there. You can have that sort of rapport with someone where they're like, oh, I'll play it like this. Does that sound how you want it in your head? It's like, oh, that's great. And then obviously it might get to a sticking point where you actually want to record those with members. But even then you could do that online if you need to. It's just to get it out
Fiverr
there.
or something.
Yeah.
Superorganism did that where they all recorded their parts at different corners of the world. Like one was in Japan and America, London, all over. And now they're a touring band. They have all met up since and are touring as a band. But,
there's a band called Postal Service who did that. That's where they got the name from because they literally because it was before the internet, so they posted all their
really
stuff
cool,
in CDs.
Like
So they literally that's how they got. Scott flipping loves them, but I couldn't tell you a song by them.
I know one song. Such Great Heights.
Such Great Heights. That's the one.
That's a banger to be fair.
Yeah.
I think another bit of advice that you can give this person as well is that I think they're consigned to the fact that I'm not good with instruments, so I'm kind of going to put it down because I think we live in an age now where we can get anything we want. Well, I say anything we want within reason, very very quickly with Google and with the
YouTube.
With YouTube, so I feel like some people will pick up an instrument and they don't get the instant success from it. It's
like the gratification.
Yeah, it's one thing with an instrument where you have to graft at it every day, and you don't notice. You're not going to notice 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but once you've been playing for 6 months and you've been grafting on it every day, that's when you start seeing the results.
Yeah.
But I'd say once you get better at an instrument, that's when more avenues start opening up to people. Because someone goes, that person's good at guitar, that person's good at keyboard, and then it kind of comes. It works well with the internet, where kind of once you're better, you start kind of networking and you put your own stuff out there, and then that's kind of how you draw a bit of attention to yourself.
I think with the internet, this might be a hot take. I like a good hot take, but I don't think there's any excuse to be bad at an instrument you want to play. I mean, you not everyone can be like a master and genius and stuff like that, but all the tutorials that are on YouTube, if you've got the time to do it and you want to persist in it, there's no reason why you can't just pick up a guitar and learn it.
If you put hours in,
so many
anything, any skill really.
You've got to relate it to things that you enjoy as well. Like that's one problem that people have with, say, exercise, because if you like football, then it's not a problem to like have a kick around because you're enjoying it. Whereas if you're just going to go to the gym by yourself, it's a bit more of like an independent view, and you kind of have to psych yourself up to do it. So generally, you probably do that less. So it's kind of like the same with music, I suppose, where you have to look at stuff what you enjoy, like get immersed in the music that you like to listen to, and then make that the focus and try and learn in conjunction with that, I suppose.
Yeah. So put on a local open mic night in your local pub. If you build it, they will come.
It's a shame they deleted their account, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say you would.
Into the
Never
void.
mind. Which, you try and make an effort for people. They just
Unless the name is user deleted.
it could actually be.
Mr. or Mrs. Delete.
He's all over the internet. He's usually disgusting comments. I mean, to be fair, that's all like the answers are. It's like, there's one answer. Where was it? Where was it? Oh yeah, if you're good, band members will come to you. How do I find these people? He asks. Well, you need to be good. So
the end.
Yeah, the end. So there you go.
Basically, pull your finger out to give up.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. So that was that was fun.
Cool.
That's fair. That was a good little part 2.
Yeah,
we should.
if any musicians out there have any Just Ask James's, do you guys have any like music queries you want James to fix? Have you had any like conflicts within the band where you're like, oh, I don't like such and such, but I don't want to tell them?
She's not here. Hide her out. Didn't
This
like.
sounds juicy.
Nah, we've not. Every member we didn't like, we've kicked them out. Without mercy.
Well, there's a running joke that I sack them, but
Yeah. Chris comes in and just sacks them off. So yeah.
So you had a saxophone player and a keyboard player, but he was like, nah, I'm doing both.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly what happened. Yeah.
Exactly, word for word.
Yeah.
The sax guy sax.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play sax, like you're the sax guy. You're just the guy who sax people. Anyway,
Well done, James.
I know that was my yeah.
that was good.
We'll get back to pot. Before we do, what are you drinking?
Oh yeah, because you didn't participate last time.
It's Moon Rocks.
Moonlocks.
Yeah, it's an unfined ale.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Unfined ale.
I was googling this earlier on. They remove the finings apparently.
What's that?
What the fuck is a fact?
So fining is
Whatever
what
they
the
find.
yeast clumps around,
Oh,
flocculates, yeah.
Ugh.
So that's why it's cloudy, because it's like the end of the process where the finings kind of take up a lot of like kind of the
Sounds proper
sediment.
nice, doesn't it?
I mean, it is
It's
just
actually alright, to be fair.
That's all the flock.
Yummy.
Yeah.
it's right at the bottom.
Right, we'll get the pot 3 after this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna do the outro.
What back, baby?
And welcome back to Side 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to Side 3. I thought you were gonna say something there. I was like,
No.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching you do intros.
Oh, right, okay. Well, anyway.
There's always a lot of awkward silence.
Well, the thing is, I know, because the thing is, I expect you to go okay, because you've got all the information here of all the questions you're going to ask, and I kind of riff with I talk shite.
I know.
So I think you just like us talking
I
shite,
do.
don't you? Yeah. I don't think anybody else likes us talking shite.
Well, we wouldn't be on like episode 43 if it wasn't for that.
Yeah. That's cool.
So obviously we know there's a single will have just come out.
Yes.
As we're recording this episode, what's your latest single that you've currently got available?
So as we're recording, it'll be over it now.
How's that been going?
Good, yeah. I mean, we like it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Like we were saying before, I think it's just like with this EP and everything we're releasing at the minute, it was just a case of like, as long as we're happy with how it sounds and we like it and we can listen to it,
Yeah.
I think it's
literally
good.
the name of it, isn't it? The name of the EP.
Yeah, it's like, we're fine with it. So, yeah, we've kind of been better at like checking Spotify for artists and refreshing and making like saying, oh, we've got this many streams and that many streams. So I think it's just like the people who we know who like our stuff have liked it.
Yeah.
It's went down well live when we've done it and we like it. It's good. So it's going well as it possibly could have, I think.
Which recorded single's been going the best for you guys so far?
Oh, like out of all of our singles we've done. So streaming wise, I Need
I
Everybody.
think that in general, to be honest. I think
Everybody
people
like-
I
tend to
really
that.
like that song.
Yeah, people
I was
tend
trying to
like
think,
that
you know
the
what?
best.
I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah,
But
I
I
know
know exactly which
everybody.
one. It's got the really cool like dang 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 dang
Yeah,
dang
yeah.
like I can't like
Are you just trying to make them like it? It's got that music, you know that
it's
one's
got that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool like funky kind of riff to start it. Then it's like it does like a little breakdown, which I wasn't expecting when I first heard it. I was like, I thought you were gonna go straight into like the
Oh yeah, it's kind of chills out.
it just chills out at the start. Like it's
Yeah.
That's
really
why they call it fop music.
Yeah.
fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Call it pop for nothing.
It starts with the F, ends with the O.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one always went down really well, and I think it turned out great, and still people like that one. But I think we did that and Baby around the same time. People seem to like that one as well. So, yeah, all the older ones.
So it's the case. And you think you gotta keep getting better, but then everyone else, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
gee,
they did,
that was
it
the
was
first
pretty
one we did. Yeah.
Yeah, them ones. I don't know, but like it was kind of. It felt like it was a different time. I think we had a lot more momentum when we were releasing that sort of stuff because we were gigging so much.
Yeah.
And it really does have an impact of like, oh, they're playing here, they're playing there, and everything just sort of snowballs, and you're doing festivals and you're getting picked up for stuff. And it just takes a while for that to start happening again. After
Momentum's
like
an
a couple
important
of
thing.
years. Yeah, 100%. So
To imagine that was a bit of a nightmare when you had like your best gig and then flipping lockdown happened.
No,
and it's
yeah,
just like you
well,
just
Yeah, it was.
So,
It was kind of like top of the mountain and then straight down.
you pushed over.
Yeah,
Bottom of the mountain.
the bottom of the mountain. Yeah, so, core of the earth.
Where do you usually record? Do you record in like the same place or?
So for this EP, we did it all at Blank
Oh,
with
it's,
Chris McManus.
Yeah.
Legend.
The last stuff we did with
Jim Splork.
Jim Splorkill, yeah. Yeah,
That's not a made up name, is that?
No, that's his birth name. No,
It just
I forgot. Martin Corkill.
It's not Jim
For a
Splork.
while, that was his name on Facebook.
Yeah, so his name on Facebook
Well,
is
yeah.
Jim Splorkill, and now I just
gonna
can't
say,
get his
like,
actual name in my head. Yeah, we did
It's
some.
just Jim Splork now. Like.
Yeah, we did the last couple of singles before with him, and then we've done the rest at Blank, and then everything previous to that we just sort of did ourselves. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we did the first EP with Jordan Miller, who had Motorhouse, who doesn't have it anymore.
We're going to be talking about Jordan last week with the Neo Electrics. So he did all their stuff.
Oh, right.
We'll have to get Jordan on, won't we?
Episode's out tomorrow, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'll have to tag him.
Yeah.
Coming out. He drinks down here anyway. He's
I was going to say, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
yeah,
he's not
yeah.
here tonight anyway.
Huh?
So obviously, as this comes out 4th of April, you will have a single out 23rd of March.
March, yeah.
What's that single called?
Tell Me You Love Me.
And what's it about?
No, tell me you love me.
What's the single about?
Please. I've just done like a thing for Narc about it, so that'll probably be out where you can read like where I've done a proper in-depth thing about it. But it was sort of like just when you're consigned to the fact that you know something's happening. So I've framed it all around a breakup of like, you know that someone's breaking up with you and you know it's ended and it's all finished, but you're kind of in a little bit of denial and you just want them to just tell you that you love you one more time before.
Oh, it's really sad.
Just to kind of, you know, it's not going to help really, but it might make you feel a little bit better in the moment.
Yeah. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's
Don't
probably...
pretend like you've got emotions.
Yeah.
Never been writing a song, this kid.
I'm cold and dead inside. Like, so.
It's not based on a true experience. I'm very good with women. So, woman.
Alright, woman.
I'm very good
Singular.
with woman.
Yeah, that was a good save.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, the next single's about the exploits, actually. It's called Zero. No, yeah, so that's what it's about. Like, there'll be a full thing on Narc where I've sort of explained it a little bit better than that. But
Is
yeah.
that is that song gonna be on the album?
The EP, yeah.
The EP, so
yeah, so we've got a 6-track EP. That'll
Yeah.
be the third track on that, and that's the third and final single that we'll be releasing from it.
Cool.
We will have released by then.
And when is the EP coming out?
28th of April. Yeah, it's called But I Like It. And that's sort of... it's not funny.
It's not, but I've got the bits here.
I like it.
Yeah, I think I just call it that because it sums up everything that we've been talking about, really, of like, people can have opinions on the music, like including ourselves, of stuff we've released before, and just having to listen back on stuff and being like, you know what, maybe it isn't this or it isn't that, but I like it, you know, I think it's good. So I think that sort of just summed up where we are at the minute.
Yeah,
with everything.
that's the most important thing, and as long as you like it, then you can keep doing it.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
And usually, if you like it, at least you know that it's someone else is gonna. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, if you know it's good, then it's you have. There's definitely something there because I don't know how many songs you write, but I write hundreds of them, and like 99% of them are just utter shite. But then you get the odd one that you think actually.
Yeah,
It's not too bad.
Not too
So, like,
bad.
yeah. Well, it's you're not in control of how other people.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
How other people perceive it, or how it does, and how it gets streams and radio play and stuff. So
Yeah.
all you're in control of is whether you like it, enjoy it,
Yeah,
and
but
passionate
the
about
thing
it.
is, you have to believe in it though. Like you have to believe in your own songs,
Special sauce.
before you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Special
I've ruined it. That was a very nice moment. I said special sauce. Sorry.
Is that right? No, I think that's what Ed Sheeran said. He said he went through a stage of having to write songs that people would like, and then he just went to writing his own stuff. And it means you'll find a fan base that likes your stuff rather than you having to find
Yeah,
a fan base.
Yeah, it's not sustainable if you're writing for other people anyway,
Yeah.
because you're gonna hit a wall where you don't know what people want, or you're going to have to find different people to please all the time. So if you please yourself, at least you're going to be happy.
Yeah, there's a quote. I want that clipped, by the way.
I heard it when it was going out the mouth. You were like, hang on a minute.
I didn't say special sauce.
If you rewatch the camera, you can see his face change. Is there any upcoming shows that you guys want to announce?
One.
Go on.
We have one gig booked at the minute
At Pop
at
Rex?
Pop Rex, yeah. With Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer.
Ooh, is he the one who does I've got no more fucks to give?
Yes,
Wow, what a guy!
Yeah. It's like, I can't lie and say that we'd heard of him, but we have now. I think
Yeah,
It has.
that's the song he does.
All right, well, will you buy a ticket?
When is it?
Ooh, May. It is the of May. The 5th of May, yeah.
Let's have a look.
The 5th of May, yeah, it's a Friday night at Pop Rex, 5th of May.
Tell you what.
Tickets are on sale now. They're at the link in our bio if you want to buy them.
Tell you what. Actually, that was one of the. Every single Friday until about October, it's busy. I'm gigging, except the 5th of May.
Oh,
So I tell you what, I'm gonna boot that off, and I'm gonna make sure I get. I'm doing it now.
well,
Actually.
thanks very much. I think it'll be a fun one. Like, so we've not gigged in a while, and like he seems like it'll be a fun show.
Yeah,
And I think there's like a DJ set on after as well. So
I don't
go.
think
Try and get onto it.
So I've got like 7 different bands, you see. So I've got to say I'm not available on every single calendar.
Yeah.
So just give us 2 minutes.
But we've been trying to do that, go to like more local, like, we don't tend to go together because we both gig. But I think you were to see Eve Cole yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good.
I went to Neo Electrics a couple weeks ago.
nice.
Yeah, I'm just watching James's calendar.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's booked in. I'll get me tickets after the show.
Brilliant.
Yeah. If we're plugging shows, I'm playing in York 20th of May. If anybody from Yorkshire is watching this, and then the week after is my final headline in Birmingham. So go check tickets in my Instagram bio.
Final. Are you retiring?
Of the tour, that's not a tour.
Oh right, okay.
Oh, we just had our.
We will have as Tuesday happens. It will
Yeah.
have just been the Saturday gone.
We've just had our gig. How did it go? Do you think?
I think it went really well. Yeah.
I played shit.
I know, but we got by.
Well.
1st April, we're headlining Bunker, and I've got James's band as support.
Nice.
I'm doing. Well, I called it a tour because I was doing Newcastle, Whitley Bay, Sunderland, York, Wolverhampton, and Birmingham.
Sounds like a tour.
Sounds like a tour.
Sounds like a
Glad
tour.
you agree. Yes.
But we had some people on Facebook pages like, why are people calling it a tour when they're doing dates across and I was like, because I'm not just doing the North East, I'm also going to Yorkshire and the Midlands and
also mind your own business.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Shut up.
Delete
So
the
it's
user. Can't even get a band, man.
my tour, that's my tour.
It's the same guy, and it's like
Yeah.
he's just jealous.
Yeah. But hopefully we get this one sold out. Maybe
Yeah.
3 out of 3.
Absolutely.
But yeah, before we head off, have you got any social tags for people to find you guys?
No.
Yeah,
Cool.
we do.
Yeah, we do. Everything's at Picnic the Band.
I love that. I love how you've got the same flipping thing, but everything. It just makes things so much easier.
It does.
Not hard, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Picnic the band
Everything's
everywhere.
at Picnic the Band. Search
Just
us
all
on-
one.
all one thing, yeah.
even
Picnic
better.
the Band.
I've got it.
Instagram's where we do the Instagram's
I just give everyone a clap who has has exactly the same thing, because marketing wise, it's just what you should be doing.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming down, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, cheers for having us.
Fourth
Thank
and
you.
final part is where you guys play an acoustic version of a song.
Nice.
Which song are you going to play for us?
Tell Me You Love Me.
I love you.
Thank you. And the song we're going to do is Tell Me You Love Me as well.
It's out now.
And it's out now. Go
As you're listening to.
stream it.
Yes. We'll make sure we plug that.
Please.
Absolutely.
28th of April is a Tuesday, isn't it?
I hope not. I think it's a Thursday or a Friday.
Is
It
that the
is.
wrong date?
It's a Friday.
It's
no,
a
Just
Friday.
me looking the wrong date.
Yeah, it's a
28th of
Friday.
April.
Making them
You're looking at 28th of March.
That probably.
It's a Tuesday. See, this is the advantage of having a calendar in front of you. Just as you're booking your time off, you can tell
Cool.
you.
I was going to say, because we normally obviously post an episode every Tuesday.
Absolutely,
We would
yeah.
also plug that on the same day, but we'll try and remember to do that on the Friday.
Nice one, well, thanks very much.
Thank you for coming down. We'll get you guys on for the next.
There we go.
Cool. If you've enjoyed the episode, leave us a like, comment, 5-star review on Spotify, tell your friends, etc., etc., and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Stage.
Oh, you were too early.
Hey them, still yapping on? Yeah, I'm fine, I just can't talk right now. So I've got no choice but to hear you out. The more and more you say, the harder it gets to keep the floods at bay. But yeah, of course I'll be okay. I know it's not your fault or mine. It was just wrong place, wrong space, moment of time. Oh, I'll ask is one thing if you don't really mind. If you have the time, tell me you love me. Pretend we're okay before you walk out that door. Tell me you love me once more. Tell me you love me. Pretend we're okay before my heart falls on the floor. Tell me you love me once more. Mascara writing paragraphs. I don't need bags, I need anoraks. The less and less I know, the better for sure. 'Cause flowers bloom brighter in manure. Oh, I know it's not your fault or mine. It was just wrong place, wrong space, moment of time. Oh, I ask is one thing if you don't really mind. If you have the time, tell me you love me. Pretend we're okay before you walk out that door. Tell me you love me once more. Tell me you love me. Pretend we're okay before my heart falls on the floor. Tell me you love me once more. If you have the time, I know it's not your fault or mine. It was just wrong place, wrong space, moment of time. Oh, all I ask is one thing if you don't really mind. If you have the time, tell me you love me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ollie Murs, and you've been listening to Off the Stage podcast. Make sure you tune in next time.